Hi friends, good morning to one and all. This is Raj Kumar and today I'm here to present on the topic cross-culture management, as you can see on the screen. Basically, what does a culture means and what does a cross-culture means? Culture is nothing but social behavior and ideas of a group of people, whereas cross-culture means mixing of 2 to 3 groups, a minimum of 2 groups, but more than 2 to 3. It's nothing but cross-culture. Today I would like to introduce about how cross-culture is going to play a crucial role in business. First, initially, I would like to start with the introduction. Introduction. Success and failures of an organization depends upon the culture it spreads, it propagates. Whereas every culture has its leadership, whereas who says all the culture and goals to the team members and the employees. Now, globalization of business results in multiculturalism. It's nothing but whereas when the globalization takes place, multiculture comes together. Now, coming to the second slide, I would like to discuss about culture and organization. Here, culture shapes the attitudes and behavior of organization and business. Now, shared assumptions, values of each employee combines together to set a goal of an organization. Organization changes its culture at each and every stage because day-to-day life, the company or an organization sets the different goals. Especially, culture results in change. Culture is to be changed. Now, the next slide says about what does a cross-culture means. In brief words, I will say that cross-culture is nothing but mix-up of 2 to 3 cultures. But whereas cross-culture definition, according to the author, says that it's a study of parallels and variances in organization, behavior and processing context to cross-cultural aspects in domestic and international context. Multidisciplinary approach and dynamic. Whereas in workplace you can see diverse and multicultural, where different people meet and allows to observe culture from an international perspective. Coming to the next slide, it's all about the features of cross-culture. Here, its organization describes about how geographies and cultures. What does a geographies mean? Geography is nothing but origin of a particular society or the business organization. Compares the variation across geographies and cultures. It compares what geographies, what is initial ideas and what are the business ideas together. Now, it develops an understanding of differences and helps in communication within the organization and outside it across geographies and cultures. And now, cross-culture management. Globalization defines cross-culture management because globalization is nothing but spreading over the country or in between state to state. When it is over the country, they're going to meet different cultures altogether and they're going to meet a mixed culture in that which is originated in that country. Growing culture of multinational organizations encourages diversity at workplace. When the multinational organizations encourage diversity at workplace, that means in the workplace there should be an Indian, there should be an Australian, there should be an US, American, so that encourages diversity at workplace. Cross-culture management reduces barriers and encourages exchange of information and align business goals with cultural factors to achieve desired outcome. And now my friend is going to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Harish. My student number is 1204922, and now I'm going to explain Hofstede's theory. How Hofstede's theory, how it influenced cultural dimensions, and how he had made surveys in culture and in different organizations. And Hofstede is a Dutch social psychologist, and he made 100,000 of surveys in 70 different countries, and as well as his data shows that culture did not difference between the company or the workplace. It's difference between the culture of different nations. The culture of nation to nation, it's differ to the nation. If let's think the culture of Australia is different to the most culture of India, as in comparing to China, and comparing to the culture somewhat similar to the Australia and Britain as well. And now I'm going to the cultural dimensions. The Hofstede cultural dimensions, he made like 5 cultural dimensions. One is power distance index. Power distance index. The power distance index. Its power distance index is nothing but express the degree of acceptance of hierarchical power distribution, and high power distance will be accepting the power division. The high power distance. I'll give one example to high power distance. In the power distance, there is two sub sidings. One called high power and one called low power. One called high power. High power distance is like if you're born in higher caste family. Just suppose think India. In India, we people are most of based on caste system. The culture most based on caste system. So they'll think if one person born in high culture family, he belonging to the family, that culture only. He can't come to lower or even the medium, and as well as lower grade one. If they born in lower grade, then what happened? They can't go to higher culture. This what happened in India. So as well, one more. You can compare to America. In America, the low grade power involves less sufficient, less stiffness and more power flow. Like you can see in America, most of people belonging to low grade power involves. They can make hard work, and they can step by step they can go to higher power distance as well. I'm going to then one more thing: individualism and collectivism. Individualism. I'll explain you what is called individualism. Individualism means the person who is going to be work as individual, because it's called individualism, and the person who is going to work with team, it's called collectivism. The collectivism, they're more focused upon the groups. That's what organization can get more benefits by doing work with groups. Let's go to next slide, which is called masculinity and femininity. And masculinity prefers achievement and heroism and rewards and assertive workness. These three are belonging to masculinity. And example I can give like plumbing and engineering, and as well as autonomy to law. As well as I'll like to explain you what is called femininity. Femininity is belonging to the prefers cooperation and quality of life. Corporation quality of life, caring to the prospect of weakness, like nursing, like HR. They can manage. They can when they are in those positions, they can use, like they can be helpful to the everyone. uncertainty avoidance and uncertainty avoidance index. Uncertainty avoidance index, it's called exactly comfort with level with uncertainty of future. And if you're doing more risk, and if you're choosing more riskable things in your life, you can achieve the your goals. Like if you're doing only one job, and by the way you can perfect in the job only, but you have to take decision which beyond that, out of the box. Then only you can achieve your goals. Let's go on this slide, which culture dimension: long-term orientation, short-term orientation. Long-term orientation, it contains long-term it contains like most of if your goal is more long, or if your work is too long, like years, years, or maybe it's not like a short. It should be like long, and it's like process. And as well as you can do the short-term goals, short-term nominative orientation. Short-term means if you choose work, it should be like several days, particular days. You have to be fixed for that, and it will be complete on that time. And one more thing is indulgence and restraint. Indulgence allows gratification with basic and natural human life, having more fun, as well as comparing to the restraint. Restraint allows surprise gratification, as well as related to the strict with social norms. They'll be strict with social norms, and they'll do work as government fixed. Like if some people say that smoking is very injurious, it's not allowed in public places. It's a social norm. Everyone follow that one. As well as let's go with applications in organization. It's a help to define the organization, culture, and employees, as well as the behavior. And the power distance is a large layer of management. It's a layer of management. How is layer of management? If they can't see the if they see only the person will work, he'll be achieving more goals. Like he have to be more supportive to the person who is doing hard work. As well as if you think he's belonging to some other upper position, you're going to give more importance to them, and some belonging to lower team member, you're not going to consider him. It's making more difference. So as well as masculinity, it's a general stereotypes for leadership. Okay, there is not you don't have to keep the person only the male or the female or the particular category is going to be lead. You have to be avoid those things. As uncertainty avoidance is comfort with uncertainty and innovational structure. You have to takes more risk, and you have to be innovative, and you have to make structure for your product. And long-term orientation, you have to make a long term you have to make a long term to do your research, as well as achieve the goals. Let's quickly go with the case study in Index. Inpex. In the Inpex, it's an oil gas company, and as well as it's from Japan, and they did 70 projects in 20 countries as well. They had 1,200 people of employees who are in the working in Australia. And Inpex Australia is interested in many participating projects, as well as the joint ventures of strategic alliance also. Then problems which has faced by Inpex Australia. Operating from Australia in 15 countries, a potential trinity of risk. So what happened here? The one is work performance. The work performance compared to the main branch and sub branches, which is in other nations, other countries, it's a make more difference. As well as safety norms. Also, it's different here and it's different to the other nation. As well as health norms and lack of culture awareness with organization. So you have to be working in one organization. You have to follow the same organization rules in different culture nation also. So then only you can achieve the more goals. as well as reduce your productivity. Like, you know, if you're making if you have amenities, everything near to the company, you can make more productivity. If you don't have amenities, and if you don't have the more culture, like the culture in need, it belongs to another nation, you can't make more productivity over there. And inclusion of indigenous population as well as. And let's go with the impacts of food culture cost management. How it affects in a company, like misrepresentations and communication styles varies across the culture. If I am speaking my mother tongue, if you are speaking your mother tongue, we can't communicate with each other. So what we'll have to do, we have to keep one common language which can usually in workplace or out of workplace we can communicate neatly as well. Marketing blunders may affect the people of the region, as well as it's particularly you can't do that one. If like comparing to, you know, you can go to the Pakistan and Muslim countries, you can't say that I can take these people only. So as well as communication breakdown and discrimination, minority groups, and legal representation of law and land. Now my teammate going to explain the solution and as well as conclusion. Thank you.
Very much, my friend Harish. Hi everyone, I am Naveen Thapa. I am going to explain the solution of cross-culture management. Thus, cross-cultural management solution provides the organization manage very effectively and runs employees to help more effectively. And building it's also helps to build employees to build personalization and practical competencies across the business, which are really helpful to the organization to running in the on of its goals, targets and values and its aims. Cross-cultural awareness programs introduce with develop intercultural relationship skills. We can organize like as sports programs which are really helpful to the interpret and communicate to each other also, and second and engage employees in the initiative and recognition action plans in which community engage activities and events, as I earlier said, and employment and training in trainings, and as CQ provides for international students like as extra classes for non-English speaking students for English classes as like that, and purpose strategies of the multicultural organization, in which acceptance of the difference of the perspective of them means organizations goals and in terms of its values, which is respecting by the employees and focus on building strong organizations, culture and standardization process across the locations, which cover the policies, standards and procedures. Means it's organizations acknowledge and difference and propose the ways to utilize them, and promote diversity to create a talent pool, and give training to the employees. It's a complete organization management for the cross-culture management, in which we can see the group work, empower, inspire, engage, and enables. And in which I can recommend that these few points, which we can reward and recognition for the employees, like is in terms of for best awards, like is give him some awards like in different ways, like as different ways, and promoted training and development programs, and with cross-cultural goals, and focus history and understands cultural nuance, and leadership styles to be adapted with culture and need. And also this point also we can introduce cross cultures training focus building on communications flow, and we can also design the policies meet to the culture need and promote diversity within their employees flexibility times and availability. And in the conclusion, we can see the cross culture, multi cross culture, multi cross cultural, and in a diversity of workforce offers an endless potential global economy. Means it's really helpful to the organizations when different people comes from different places. It's really comes different ideas and different views to running organization goals, and across culture environment enables a positive workplace. It's really makes a different environment which keeps organizations fully with its own goals to help complete their targets and goals, and reducing cultural differences means when different peoples are working together, of course they are reduces their cultural differences, and it's really helpful unique the competitive advantage and sustainable growth. Thank you very much for thank you very much.